Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to tonight's episode. I'm trying something new where I'm wearing a new uh, classic series top, which just arrived a few weeks ago. And I'm playing with the virtual background here. And you'll notice that this is actually my finger will appear. This is the USS Cuchulain bridge background that I created for a banner that never happened for our live bridge set that we bring to Comic-Con. So we haven't played for quite a bit, and lives have gotten in the way, and COVID and restrictions and all that type of stuff. So just to have a quick recap of what's going on in the story. So when we last left everybody in Beta Shift, we were on board the USS Cuchulain on the bridge, and Beta Shift got caught up in some sort of temporal distortions. They found themselves on board the bridge of the USS Nova, which is the first of the line. So on board the USS Nova, they came across Captain, or not at the time, but Commander Benjamin Sisko giving a tour to Admiral Paris and Utopia Planitia yards of this brand new science vessel and its capabilities. The second ship of the line in our story, what we're saying is that our ship, the Cuchulain, is second of the line. So the Nova comes first, and the Nova, the idea in the story was the Nova stays in the Sol system, and is the test bed. And then once they're happy with something, it's rolled out. The Cuchulain and the other Nova class are brought back into space dock, retrofitted, upgraded, and sent back out in space. Now, after that, they listened to a chat between Sisko and Paris. And the discussion of the current situation. And they'd gone back in time to when Captain Sisko, then Commander Sisko, was in charge of Utopia Planitia yards. And then after another temporal shift, they found themselves on board the bridge of the USS Equinox before the Equinox ended up in the Delta Quadrant under the command of Captain Ransom. And they they arrived as the bridge crew of the USS Equinox on the way to docking with Deep Space Nine before Ransom and his crew headed off into the Badlands and got captured by the caretaker and ended up just a few months ahead of Voyager in the Delta Quadrant. So while they were on board the Equinox, they were able to listen in on a conversation between Captain Ransom and Captain Sisko in regards to the new technology that they were out there to test bed, which was using both of the Nova class deflector dishes, the small secondary one and the main large dish underneath the saucer section, in a kind of modulated pulse formation to use for closing subspace rifts or temporal anomalies or wormholes or anything that they came across that became a space hazard or a space lane hazard. So they would use the science vessel of the Nova class to stitch space-time back together using this kind of modular pulse wave technology of the two deflector dishes working in tandem. So the Beta Shift managed to learn a little bit of new experimental technology that can be used for on board the Nova class. They've also now encountered Captain Sisko twice in their temporal travels. Back on the planet, the away team, who had crashed in with the Argo and had smashed into an underground cavern system, ended up dusting themselves off. Frank had been leaning out the side of the Argo. He'd gotten hit by a rock and fallen off the Argo and disappeared into the rubble. Morgan, who was unconscious with a spider bite, was in the back as well. He bounced out of his seat and he landed out somewhere in the tunnel system as well. And Robbie doing his best to bring the Argo under control as they leapt across lava and underneath into caverns underground. Drifted sideways into a skidding turn and then unfortunately lost it, and they started to roll and hit into a cavern wall. Now, as they dusted themselves off and Antoinette released her belt and fell to the ground, Robbie pulled out his palm beacon and his phaser, and they started scanning around looking for the people that were missing. So Antoinette, Sharon, and Flora Christopher were with Robbie, and they started exploring the warren and maze of underground caves and tunnels, and eventually came across Frank, and they found Frank, but they could not find Morgan. So with another bit of scanning and wandering around, they managed to find that Morgan had been kidnapped and taken by some fanatical Bajorans. So after a phaser fight through the caverns, the Bajorans taking still unconscious due to a spider bite very early on, months ago in the game, or just hours ago in game terms, months ago in real life terms. Morgan is in an induced coma to slow down his metabolism, so that the spider's venom, the Puluku venom, cannot take over, go through his body too quickly. So Morgan has been taken by the Bajorans. Everyone arrived into a giant cavern under the water, or sorry, not under the water, underground. Came across a underground lake. Exchanged a firefight, and saw the Bajorans disappear into another entrance on the other side, where there was another large cavern, this time with a rocky dais in the middle, surrounded by altars, 3 of which were occupied by the Cardassian soldiers that had been missing from the crashed transport vessel at the very start of the game, 11 episodes ago, and Morgan on another one, and then there's another plinth, or another altar is currently empty. There's a Bajoran Vedek in the middle of all of this, praying to the Pa Wraiths. So he's chanting to the Pa Wraiths, trying to entice them to help the Bajorans get rid of the Cardassians. So the Pa Wraiths are there's small areas of Pa Wraiths swarming around the cavern, and there is a fire tornado that had been chasing them, the away team, while they were in the Argo. Now is descending upon the central area of this rocky dais in the middle of this giant cavern. There are other Bajoran militia and fanatics around that are armed, protecting the Vedek, and our team are just inside the cavern door, or the cavern entrance, as it were, taking cover and watching all of this this energy unfold in front of them. So for tonight, we're back with Alpha Shift. We're on the planet surface. We're in the cavern. It's getting very hot. It's very windy. It's very stormy. It's very loud. And the guys are ready to fight. So this evening we have, as ever, Captain Frank, Colonel Robbie O'Brien,
good evening,
Antoinette,
folks.
And rejoining us tonight, hoping that he will awake from his slumber, is Morgan. Welcome back, Morgan. It's been quite a bit of time since you were with us.
Yeah, it certainly has.
So you've been somewhat unconscious for quite a while. Robbie's got some nice new surroundings behind him, with some nice shelves, and I see a slave one there beside you, which is great. And Frank, you're giving everybody epilepsy with your Christmas tree behind you.
Yep.
So
all right. Ooh, look at that. Ooh.
Yeah. So everyone's eyes is just being drawn to. Robbie's got a board cube. I do believe I have that board cube somewhere in a box in storage, with the Eagle Moss collection. So, guys, that is the situation of where you are at the moment. And I get threat. It's a new situation. It's a new scene. I get threat for every one of you here. So that is, I get 2, 6, 8 threat. Okay.
We have 1 momentum held over from the last.
All right. So you guys have a momentum.
1-0.
So that's it. So it's all balanced towards me. Now, as
No,
ever,
I have a question.
yeah. What's the question?
Do you have anyone to take over if you don't make it to the end of the episode?
Robbie
go.
will then, yeah. Yeah, just because I'm wearing red today now. I may.
Well, not just red, but classic red on the classic bridge. Oh man, you're in danger.
Well, I'm wearing my lieutenant commander. This is lieutenant commander, is it? I don't know.
Yep.
Is it lieutenant commander? I can't remember the ranks for the thing. So
Yeah,
I'm
no,
okay.
you're-
If I was just an ensign, I'd be a bit screwed. You
Yeah.
know? Or is that just ensign, or is this just ensign? I have no idea. I never.
The single dash line is ensign, and
All right, so that would be ensign. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's lieutenant, and then that's lieutenant commander. Yeah.
Well, for me, it's like what was it Bashir said? I'm a doctor, not a historian, so I have no idea.
Right. So the other thing that we got to do here as well that we usually do is I have to log into Facebook to see what the crack-a-lackin' is. Now, as usual, we do have the ability to take on comments if anybody is out there watching. There's a few people watching, all right. So I'm just going to pull up the Cuchulain page and see if we can get this going. That would be ensign. There we go. So I have So I have the Cuchulain live streaming there. Cuchulain page and see if we can get this
Don't
going.
forget to mute yourself, John.
I'll mute myself now because there we go. And I look absolutely. My hair. I need a haircut because that looks awful from the side. Anyway, this looks a lot better. So you guys are at the entrance to the cave, and there's a few phaser rifles and stuff. I'm sure poised. There's also you've exchanged some fire with some Bajorans in front of you. So what do you guys want to do? Straight away into the action.
Straight away. Have you done a scan of this energy field that you were speaking of there to find out what exactly it's causing it? It's been so long now I can't remember. Have we actually checked that?
No,
Nope.
you've just arrived. You've literally just arrived this minute.
All right. So maybe we should start scanning this strange energy field and find out what the hell is going on over there.
So okay, so who's gonna pull out the tricorder?
I would imagine it should be whoever's strongest in science.
I have 5 science is. I have 5 in science. Anybody have more?
Yeah, that should be the one. Yep.
Did we lose Robbie? We lost Robbie.
Okay.
So
So,
Damn it!
science and-
There you go. So the wrong person is wearing the red shirt.
oh, device not connected. Oh, right, okay. So Robbie's just having a reshuffle there. Computer, start the warp core.
Interestingly, John, when you're working with your paperwork there, it looks like they're materializing and dematerializing right in front of you. It's like,
yeah, there's some kind of phase happening there.
24th century technology is just amazing.
Yeah. It's like hollow pads.
Yeah, it's 3D it's like all the modern stuff, which is it all has to be in the air for some reason.
Yeah,
you can't have tactile switches and buttons anymore. That's
well, we're doing a scan of science and would it be reason or insight?
It'd be either. So if you want to use insight, you'd have to let me know what you would know to have some insight into what you're scanning. Robbie's back. As ever, technical issues. Someone's clicking wildly. Who's clicking wildly there? But anyway, so you want, as Antoinette, if you want to prove that you can use your insight, you know something that would help you with using insight, you can do that. Otherwise, you'll have to make a scan and reason your results. If that makes sense.
I will use reason. Reason and science, and 2 dice. 2 successes.
2 successes. Very good. So bank of momentum. 2 successes. Well done. So security oversight. These are all just the So these are what we do. I need all them. We'll put all them there. Right, and then your characters and stuff. Right. Lovely. So and I'll leave that open because that's Lieutenant Christopher. Right. I'm hoping everybody has their character sheets up on their computer in front of you. Yeah.
I definitely didn't. Almost forget that right near the end of it.
Definitely didn't either. And yeah.
I actually have it this time.
Frank actually has it this one. No offense, Frank, but you were the person who was worrying me the most.
I thought it might be all right. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a good excuse. It's been months.
Yeah.
I had to try and find it.
I recently changed the drive in my machine, and I'm sitting there going, "Did I save up to 1 drive?" Or
did I make a backup of that? Oh shit. Okay, so well done, Antoinette. So Antoinette, as you scan, you pull out your tricorder and you scan the room ahead, while Frank and Robbie are having their phasers in defensive mode, as it were. You realize that this is very much similar to the scans that you were taking outside when you were in the desert, and this is the same thing that was chasing you across the lava field when you were in the Argo. You're getting just like in the atmosphere, but you've been dealing with it for so long. Your scan shows that there's a heavy amount of chronoton. It's a heavy amount of chronotons in this situation. So
for me, I said Omicron. I was going, oh no.
All Omicron. So it's a big giant virus that's just bounced in front of you. So you scan ahead and you see that it is a massive field of chronoton waves, and the energy being emitted from this tornado of fire and wisps of fire that are firing around are all based in chronotons, and the whole planet. Don't forget, after giving the Bajorans the interphasic generator from way back in episode 1, and they're now using it to transfer this planet into different space. They're trying to sidestep the entire planet now, and they've been generating energy and sending energy from the tower that Robbie shot. That the energy field from that tower that erupted from the surface, and just at the last second, Zap was able to move the Cuchulain out of the way in orbit during one of the beta shift episodes. But that energy has gone up. It's fired itself off into space. You don't know what's happened to it, but it's also umbrellaed across the entire planet, and the entire planet is engulfed in chronoton particles and the interphasic space. So the planet is in absolute uproar. Lava is spewing out all over the place. There's caverns are collapsing. The planet is shaking at its core, and at the epicenter of this storm of energy is this Vedek and this firestorm. So that's what's happening.
I shall ready my phaser rifle.
Okay, you're readying your phaser rifle. So at the moment, you can see across the way there is a central dais. And on it is the Vedek, and he's standing in the same way as Soren from Star Trek Generations. You know, he's praying to the Power Wraith. And the thing is, now you guys don't know what the Power Wraith are, right? So because the whole storyline in Deep Space Nine hasn't happened yet. We're way back in the Next Generation era, so this is all new. The Cardassians are still occupying Bajor. They haven't been freed yet. So that's the reason behind this Vedek's. That's his motivations. So he's trying to get the. He believes that the prophets have left them, and the Power Wraith are the best way to help get rid of the Cardassians from Bajor. So he's put an awful lot of effort and thought into this, and he's also captured 3 Cardassians and Morgan. And there's one more plinth available. Okay, so there are 4 Bajorans around the Vedek with Bajoran phaser rifles, and they are ready to defend him. So, are you guys going in the cavern door, or are you guys going to stay in the tunnel? What do you want to do?
Well, if I remember rightly, we're basically standing literally on the threshold of the cavern, looking at this.
That's right. Yeah.
Phaser rifle raised. Antoinette, you're scanny.
Scanny. I'm relaying information to you guys as I scan.
So we got enough information from the scanning to say whether it would be safe to engage these guys with all this energy going around? Because we don't know what it is.
Well, it's the energy it's chronoton energy. That's spiraling around. But it's also not just it doesn't have it's not just spiraling around in in chaotic fashion. It seems to have some sort of life to it.
Are we able to tell if there's like areas in front of us that have more chronoton energy so that we can tell if there's an area that's safe, or is it just all the same?
It's all the same. It's, imagine that you're walking into a whirlwind, and as soon as you step beyond the door, you'll be stepping into high winds and fiery wisps passing you by. Okay,
Frank, what do you want to do here?
Well, I'll take recommendations. I would like to try and get after the Bajorans and the Vedek. So, how safe is it for us to proceed? Do we know that from the scans?
How safe is it for you? As you pass, as you enter the cavern, there's the hazards will be phaser fire from the Bajorans and wisps of energy passing you by. So the wisps of energy are generating, they're moving the air currents. So that's what's generating the wind. But if fire hits you, if you know what I mean. So imagine, balls of fire flying around at fast speeds.
Chronotons and Nadians. How much do I know about them and their interactions, John?
Chronotons and what?
Nadion particles.
Particles.
Phasers are made of.
So, you'd know plenty about phasers, but chronotons maybe not. The person to talk about chronotons would be me or Anthony up on the ship in special operations.
Hey, Flora, have you ever done any research on Nadions and chronotons?
Okay. So make a roll. Somebody make a roll to see if Flora Christopher knows anything about exotic space particles. And
what science and insight?
So her insight would be 11, and her science is 3.
14, 2d20. 2 successes. Right. Oh, no.
What did you do?
2 failures. 2 17s.
2 17s. Why does that say no successes? Less than 14.
Because I need to roll below 14, John.
That's right. It's backwards.
And 2 17s is above 14.
So you rolled really well for Dungeons and Dragons and terribly for Star Trek Adventures. So Flora pulls out. She throws her back up against the wall, and she pulls out her tricorder, and she tries to scan into the wind and stuff like that. But she's coming up with nothing. She's coming up with
Frank,
no
am I shooting these guys or what?
Say again?
Pew pew, yes, no.
Oh yeah, well that's what we're trying to ascertain. Do we know enough from the scans to say that it's safe for us to, engage with phaser fire?
No, we don't.
So we We need to take the chance then. What about if we try to, slow them down by using stun settings?
We always use stun settings, Frank.
Against these guys? Come on.
For Starfleet, we always use stun.
Right. Well, let's engage and see if we can take some of them down then.
Cool. Phaser rifle, heavy stun. Pew pew.
Pew pew. Okay, Robbie, you're going pew pew. Everyone else, what are you doing? Morgan, you're
I'm going pew pew.
You're
Can I
doing
try and
nothing,
wake up?
man. You're asleep. Antoinette, what are you up to?
I'm going to actually scan as they're firing just to see if there's any changes in the chronoton waves
Good plan.
for the first round.
Okay, good plan. And Frank, what are you doing?
I'm pew-pewing as well.
Pew pew. Okay, so pew pew and scanny and snore from Morgan. Okay. And Lieutenant Christopher is there to the side, and Shaz as well, who's not here tonight. Shaz has decided to take up position on the other side of the cavern to Robbie and Frank. So she's covering the other side, and she's going to go pew pew too. All right, so roll for your pew pews.
Okay, that is control and security,
Control and security.
which is 15 for moi.
Now, don't forget that you have major and minor actions.
Yes, but you
12.
see, my minor action was to take the aim action, which means any number of d20s.
So
can be
you are
rerolled.
taking aim, Grant. So the character may re-roll a single d20 made on an attack before the start of their next turn. All right. So Robbie's doing
Well, it's
aim.
just as well I need to reroll one of them.
Okay,
That's
you
two
get one
successes.
success. 2 successes for Robbie. Fantastic. All right. So 2 successes. So you're using aim, and you're using a phaser rifle. Yes.
Type 3.
Type 3. So at ranged, accurate. So it is. I reread this the other day, and I'm just trying to get it. So I have to. I get to avoid that with my dudes, and melee combat, avoiding injury. So
No, you only avoid injury once I've calculated my damage, John.
yeah. So that's what I hate. I knew it all the other night, and now I've forgotten it again.
Basically, I have succeeded in my task to hit you.
Yes.
Therefore, you take the damage. Do they have any resistances, such as
Yes.
body armor or other?
Yes, he has resistance in the way of cover.
Cool. So, therefore, he takes whatever the resistance rating of that cover is. Is it?
All right. So he's
Subtract that from my damage, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 damage.
4 damage. So as you fire off your, so you do 4 damage. Frank, roll.
Yeah, I'll roll now.
Yeah, you roll.
Security and control, Frank.
Security and control.
Security control. Yeah, got that.
2 successes for Frank. Fantastic. Well done. Frank also hits. So roll for your damage. So your 4d6.
4d6.
Yeah, 4d6. That is a single d6. So that is a 5. So that is. You have to roll 4 more, Frank.
Well, Frank, sorry. What's your security rating, Frank?
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me just have a look at that. Security rating, if I remember correctly, is 2. 2.
Right. So that's 6 dice then. Is that right, Robbie? Myself and Robbie have the same page open in the book.
4 plus 2. Yeah, 6.
6. So what? I have another 5 to roll, is it?
Another 5 to roll there, Frank.
All right.
So 3 events, which are doing. So 3 events and 3 is nothing, isn't it? 3 is a miss. 1, 2, and miss.
3 is no damage. So
Yeah.
3 damage and 3 effects.
Yep, 3 damage and 3 effects, and the effects of the phaser rifle are accurate or charge. Precise, and the weapon is especially precise, often incorporating additional sights that allow user to use the weapon more accurately. If the character performs the aim minor action, which you did, Robbie, but Frank, you failed to mention, before making an attack with this weapon, then any number of the d20s may be re-rolled instead of the normal benefits of aiming. Okay. Or there's charge. The weapon has an adaptable energy supply, allowing its potency to be scaled to different levels. The character performs prepare minor action, which you did not do, before attacking with this weapon. They may add one of the following damage effects to the attack: area, intense, piercing 2, or vicious 1. So you did 3 damage there, Frank, but because of the lack of stating you were aiming and taking that minor action, you only that was 3.
You mean you have to say I'm aiming?
Yes, you
obviously got to aim if you're going to fire. I mean, come on.
Yeah. No,
come on, guys.
You could be shooting from the hip. And Antoinette, roll for your scannings as the lads have fired.
2 successes.
Perfect roll from Antoinette there, and gain the momentum.
Ooh.
All right, so well done, Antoinette. So, as you see, as the lads fire off their 2 volleys of the shots, and Shaz fires off a shot as well, all at the Bajorans hiding behind the dais and stuff, and the plinths. One Bajoran who's quite far forward, he takes Robbie's brunt of it and takes 4 damage. So that is one Bajoran that takes the 4 damage, which is
4 stress.
4 stress. The other Bajoran is further back and closer to the Vedek, the one that Frank has aimed at, and your phaser fire, Frank, fails to get through the whirlwind, the fire tornado. And the energy of the phaser just dissipates across the whirlwind. Antoinette, as you and the same thing happens with Sharon. Her phaser fails to penetrate the fire tornado into the middle. Antoinette, as you scan the battle as it's just started, you see that the Nadion energy of the phaser is unable to pass through the massive amount of chronotons that are forming this tornado. So that's that round. So you did manage to damage one of the Bajorans out of the 4 militiamen, and there is the Vedek, which you cannot touch. And I see in the comments, Alan O'Shea is tagging absolutely everybody he knows, as per usual. Hello to Al. The only reason we know you're there is that you're trying to make sure everybody else knows that we're out and doing this today. Right, so it is so well done. So fired off the first few rounds. It's now my go for my Bajorans. So the Bajoran up the front, he didn't take an injury. He's you tagged him on the shoulder, you've stunned. For anyone who cares to listen, do you care to listen? The Bajoran, he takes it on the shoulder. He's not injured, but your phaser set on stun. You have stressed him, and he stumbles, but he stumbles forward, takes cover behind a rock. He's going to fire in return, and the other Bajorans the other 3 Bajorans, 2 stay in near the Vedek, and 1 moves forward. As he pushes through the fire tornado, he ducks down out of the way to avoid the balls of fire, and he takes up a position as well behind a rock and returns fire. Okay. So he is the first guy is going to. All right, so that is that, and he gets those, and then I can spend threat like this, and I get rid of those threat, And I can take those two. And he is going to... How many people have we got? We've got 4. So I will... No, hang on. This is the perfect opportunity to use a very rarely used dice, the D4. If I can get my hand on one that's inside the bag. There is a D4 in here somewhere. And it wouldn't... No, not in the first lot. Let's see if we can get it in the second lot. Of course not. It'll be the last dice that I take out, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, come on. Use my sense of touch. Oh, that's a D8. My fecker. I'll probably use that. Let's see here. Come on, D4. Where's my D4? There's a D4. That'll do. Lovely. All right. So, Frank, you're 1. Robbie, you're 2. Antoinette, you're 3. And Sharon is 4. Okay. All right. Flora is hiding around the corner, and she's letting you take points doing all the scans. 1, Frank. So the first Bajoran aims at you, fires, and I presume you're using the edge of the cavern door entrance as cover. Yeah.
Goddamn sure.
All right. So that is 1, 2, 3. So that is 3 successes for him. He's successfully done that. So he's going to roll the damage, and the damage for him is very similar. So he's firing 6. All right, so that's 2 hits and an effect plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minus 1, which is 5. So that roll. So he's rolled 5 and an effect, but he didn't aim, so he doesn't get to use it. All right, so that means that Frank has to avoid an injury.
Frank, you can spend a determination to avoid injury.
Consider it spent.
Determination spent, or determination, not. So yeah, your determination's gone for the for this scene. So immediately, so you're fine, Frank. You take a phaser hit. You fall backwards a little bit. But you're pretty much you're stressed. So make a note that you've taken 5 stress, but you've avoided an injury. Okay, so note down somewhere that you've got 5 stress out of however many that you have on your character sheet. All right. So
Character sheet.
the other Bajoran, he's going to fire, and he's aiming at. Oh, he's aiming at 2. Robbie, he's aiming at you. And 2 successes. All right, 2 successes. And again, Robbie, you're leaning against the edge, yes?
Yep.
And the Commodore says, please try and avoid injury, as the paperwork for those injuries at work are dreadful. So 2 successes, which means that you are hit, Robbie. Yes. Yeah.
I am, but if I have resistance from the wall, I just reduce the damage.
Right. Okay. Reducing the damage. So again, same as the other chap. He's got 6. So that's an effect and a hit. So, and he also did not aim. So that's 2 stress for you, Robbie.
Cool.
All right. So Robbie gets 2 stress. Now, my other 2 Bajorans, they also take up their phaser rifles. And the guy beside the Vedek, he takes aim at Antoinette. Okay, at your and 2 successes.
John, sorry,
Yep.
not to be rules lawyering. How wide is the doorway?
It's going to be about 8 foot wide.
So myself and Frank shooting from either side.
Yeah.
Antoinette, you're not just standing in the middle, are you?
Me? No. I'm not. I'm covering behind Frank.
Well done.
How did I put the human shield?
Since you put that red uniform on, that 24
red uniform on, and you've got a phaser rifle. She's got a tricorder and a phaser rifle.
Exactly. He makes a success, and he fires at you, but he misses you, and manages to hit one of the. It's a lucky hit or an unlucky hit, but he manages to hit one of the fire wisps as he's going around with his particle weapon, his phaser with his rifle, and the wisp dissipates. All right, in space, and but for his troubles. One of the other wisps comes out of the tornado and goes straight for him and knocks him 20 feet backwards. All right. And then the final guy, the 4th armed Bajoran, that's not the Vedek. He goes and he fires and he gets 2 successes and he is shooting at Robbie. Yeah, he fires at you. 2 successes. He gets you. So that is 1, 2, 3, 5 hits. 6 hits. So that was 5 dice minus 1 for your cover. So you need to avoid an injury and take 6 stress.
I avoid injuries. I'm cool.
How are you avoiding?
I'm stressed.
Determination. Spend.
Okay, so you're spending your determination. Okay, cool. So Robbie, you've taken 6 stress. Okay. All right. So that's them. The Vedek continues to chant in the middle of the room. He's distracted. He's going on Numjibai in the middle of the room.
It is our turn now, yes?
It is your turn now.
Very good. I used to prepare minor action.
Okay, you're preparing. What are you preparing?
Now I shoot.
You prepare and you shoot. Okay, so that's what Robbie is doing. Do you want to go individually, or will we go around? You all get the plan and then and then roll.
Just for cleaner kind of combat initiative, John. It's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So it's 2 of us, 2 of you, 2 of us, 2 of you. 2.
Grand.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I pew pew.
You pew pew.
I spend the momentum for an extra dice.
Okay, so you guys have 2 momentum left.
Yes. So 3d20.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Hit.
Pew pew. All right. So so which Bajoran are you? The one on the left, or the one on the right, or the one at the back?
Well, I have a very critical question. Which 2 are in close proximity to each other?
The 2 at the front.
Cool. I'm aiming at the guy at the front.
Okay.
Aha! And because I rolled an effect, the guy closer to him now takes the area damage.
Okay.
From my phaser rifle.
Right.
Because I took the prepare minor action.
Yeah.
And the trait of the phaser rifle is charge.
Mm-hmm.
The weapon has an adaptable energy supply.
So area.
I am using the area effect, which means that the guy next to him takes half the damage that the guy that I'm aiming at takes.
Right. So the attack several targets at once. The attack automatically affects the character or damageable object within reach of the initial target, and then 1 additional target within close range of the initial target for each effect rolled, starting with the next closest as determined by the game's master. Okay.
And I have rolled 3 effects.
Okay, 3 effects. So, what is your score? Now they are behind. They are behind cover.
7 damage total.
7 damage total. So 7 damage. So 7 and 3, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 7 damage total.
Yeah.
3 of which are effects.
Okay. All right. So 7 damage total. So you're distributing that as 4 and 3 then, or one guy gets 7 and then the other guy also gets half of that.
It doesn't actually say it gets half. That's the thing.
It doesn't. It says the attack. It's several targets
Is
at once.
affected. So I'm assuming it's 7. I would assume that that's 7 damage to each.
Well, you're using the charge power or the accurate.
The area.
So the area, which means close range of the initial target for each effect rolled, starting with the next closest. So you get to transfer the effect damage.
Okay, then yeah, 4 and 3.
4 and 3. Okay. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's still standing. Doesn't have an injury, and the other guy has 3. Okay. So well done, Robbie. That's a nice bit of firing, phase of firing there. Somebody else gets to go. Oh, we've lost.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire. I'm aiming first.
So Frank is aiming this time. Fantastic.
So let's see. What was it? 12. No.
You want to spend momentum?
Frank, you want to spend the momentum to get an extra dice? Make the
I
attack
do.
easier. Good.
And why would I?
All right, you're down to 1 momentum.
God. Okay, let's see now. Just take a minute to that.
Okay. Tense moments here.
Sorry, I just had to reload. So.
Captain Commodore O'Shea says, "Please try to remember you're not shooting at the captain, Frank."
Al, he needs to think that he is shooting at the captain. That's what makes him accurate.
There you go. Now I spent that momentum. Does that give me an extra dice? Did you say?
Yes.
Remember?
Yes, it does.
So I have 3 dice. Okay.
Roll 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
2
2
successes.
successes. Well done, Frank. So Frank gets to 66. Frank, roll 66, please.
Actually, Frank.
66.
Frank, sorry. Before you go,
Yeah.
you can re-roll 1d20
Okay. Excellent.
because you took the aim action.
Yes. So re-roll a d20.
Yep.
Hey, bank of momentum.
Momentum back.
Yo, lovely.
So that's why.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry, how many d6 did you say that time?
6.
6.
Minus 1 for cover.
So
Yeah,
5.
you roll 6 just then, and John just subtracts 1 damage.
Okay.
So you roll 6.
Right. 1, 2. So that's 4, 5, 6. 6 damage. Well done, Frank. So that's to the guy number 2.
Yeah, minus 1 for his
minus
cover.
1. So that's 5. So he has to avoid an injury. To which I will spend a threat to do that.
Very good.
All right. So. Okay. Now, so that's 2 of you have gone, and so my go.
2 of your goes.
2 of my goes. So the 2 guys. So because you've shot the 2 guys up the front, the 2 guys up near the Vedek. Or sorry, there's 1 guy up near the Vedek because 1 guy's being smacked backwards for shooting one of the fire wisps. So the guy up beside the Vedek, he's going to roll and with his rifle, and he is successful, and he is aiming at Sharon. So he's aiming at Sharon as Sharon is crouched on her knee next to, is it Robbie or Frank? Right, probably beside Frank. So Sharon and Frank are topping, one's high, one's low. Order.
John, in that case, how many successes did he get?
2.
Well, unfortunately, her going prone makes the difficulty 3.
No, she's not prone. She's on her knee.
Crouching, though, did. Hang on, let me double check the roll. Because that was the whole thing. We did the crouchy crouch thing last time. Roll damage anyway, just in case.
Rolling damage. So he is rolling his. What do we got? 6. So he rolls 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. 6, 7. All right. So -1 is 6 because she's in cover, and so she has to avoid 6. Well, she if you can't sort it out, she takes 6 stress, but can avoid an injury by spending her determination.
Never mind. It's dropping prone.
Right. So she didn't do that. She just on her knee. So Shaz gets hit. I presume Shaz is going to spend her determination to avoid the injury and stay on her feet.
I would presume so.
Right. So, but Shaz is now down 6 points of stress. Okay. Cool. Right. So that was the first guy. So he's up beside the Vedek. He raises his rifle up and fires through the tornado and hits Shaz, knocks her back a little bit, but she gets back to her feet. Okay. Right. So then the other guy up the front, he decides that he's going to pop up from behind the rock, and he's going to shoot. And he fires and misses. Okay.
Cool. Antoinette.
So I use my minor action to draw my weapon.
Okay.
And then I will fire at the closest Bajoran.
Okay, you've stopped scanning, have you?
I've stopped. I think scanning has gone beyond scanning at this point.
Okay. All right.
Correct. Antoinette, you're using a Type 2 phaser?
I'm using a Type 2 phaser, control and security.
Well, before you do, can I
Yes.
suggest the course of action?
You can.
If you spend a momentum, you can take
Yes.
an extra minor action to prepare.
I will do that.
So momentum spent. You have 1 momentum left.
Correct.
Lovely. So, control, security.
2d20.
Now, would this be a situation where I feel threatened?
God, yes.
Oh, I would say so. Yeah.
In that case, I get an extra dice for Dauntless.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Off you go.
No successes.
What did you do? Well done. That extra dice really helped you there. Yes. Yes. Extra dice. Woohoo! So you draw you prepare yourself. You mentally go into your head, and you zen yourself out. You draw your Type 2 phaser. You set the right settings of stun, as a good Starfleet officer should do. You look into the fray of all the energy and the wind that's wisping your hair everywhere, and you zen yourself out. You spot a Bajoran off behind a rock. You push down the button, you aim the trigger, and it just glances off the energy of the whirlwind and just goes.
Okay.
All right.
Me done.
Is Sharon?
Huh?
Is Sharon?
So Sharon's go. What do you guys want Shaz to do?
Pew pew.
Oh,
Shaz,
pew pew.
Who's going to shoot? Who's going to pew pew for Sharon?
Frank.
Not me.
What's her ratings for?
I don't know. So I'm gonna give her like the standards. Let's see here. I'm gonna give her a security rating.
I think her security rating is 2 because she's a pilot more than a security officer. And
Yeah,
her control
so-
is 10.
Right. Okay.
If I
So
remember rightly.
control in 10 and 2 is 12. Was he sure it's not higher than that? Okay.
I can't remember.
I'm going to give her a security rating of 4 today because you're not here.
Okay.
So yeah, control. Well, it's still the same. So control is 8 and security is 4. All right. So 12.
12.
Somebody roll for Shaz.
Rolling.
No successes for Shaz. Okay.
Boo.
So Shaz also fires her phaser off, and again it hits the tornado, the fire tornado, and just disperses on the edge of that energy. Okay.
John,
So,
your go.
my go. All right. So the Bajoran up beside the Vedek, he decides he's going to shoot again, and he is successful, and he goes for Robbie. So his energy beam passes through the tornado and aims straight for Robbie. And he gets 2 effects, 1 hit. So 3 damage, 2 effects. He didn't prepare anything though, so 3 stress. All right, 3 stress for Robbie, and then 1 guy down the front. He rolls and he misses. He just fires off the wall. All right, so you guys go.
Pew pew.
Off you go. Pew 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 pew. Well, this is just a firefight in a cave.
Can I ask if anybody knows that I'm here on the dais, or is?
Yep. They've noticed that you're there. All right. I hope
did
so.
watch
Anyway. So there's 3
Trying to get you, man.
Cardassians.
Trying to get you.
There's 3 Cardassians and Morgan and an empty plinth.
How close to one of those plinths? How close to one of those plinths are we? And is anyone behind it other than us?
There's no, the Bajor. There's the Bajorans are in front of it, closer to you, behind some protruding stalagmites. And the dais, the edge of the whirlwind is just at the edge of the plinths.
Have we done a scan to see if there's any other way around the energy vortex, whatever, to get closer to the Bajorans? Like, is there any other route that we can take?
Well, nobody scanned for that, but it's pretty much it's a cone, or not a cone. It's a cylinder that has come down from the ceiling. There's an opening in the ceiling, and this thing has come down. The Vedek is in the middle. He's in the eye of the storm. The plinths are around him, and the fire tornado is literally just whipping around that. All right.
When I scanned earlier on looking for like low pockets, John said it was just.
Is there like a gap? No, if the fire tornadoes are spiraling around, is there a gap where we might be able to time it so we could fire and not have it interfere with attacking?
You haven't discovered anything like that yet.
Can we scan to see if there's a window of opportunity there?
Of course you can.
Okay.
So who's going to do that?
Well, I think Antenna has the strongest science, so I think I'd ask her to do that.
Shall do that.
Okay, so it's your guys' go, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
So, John, this is an other task at the discretion of the game master.
Yeah.
I
I've also got scan as while they're doing that.
Do you want to?
2 successes. Congratulations. Go ahead.
Do you want to take the minor action, drop prone, Antoinette?
Yes. Why am I dropping prone? To
make it harder for you to be shot.
Hit you.
Yeah, I will do that. As I can.
Okay, so Antoinette, you drop your
roll.
belly. You drop your belly, and you stick the tricorder out as far as you can into the room. And the readings that you get, you've realized with 2 successes, you realize that, and with your own insight, you've realized that your phasers don't seem to be penetrating the energy of the tornado, but their phasers, the Bajoran that's up beside the Vedek, his rifle is coming through.
Okay. So there must be a different frequency or something for the phasers.
So,
do we know anything about Bajoran phasers that they would be different?
So you can take the time to continue the firefight and then analyze his energy beam. So you can so now that you've discovered something, you can either turn it into a task over time to analyze the energy patterns versus your energy patterns.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, we need to engage again so that she gets the opportunity to examine when they return fire.
Yeah. John, are any of these Bajorans within medium range of us?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to Kirk roll my way towards the nearest one.
Okay. Kung Fu Kirk. Kirk Fu.
I'm going to Kirk Fu my way through this.
Okay. Robbie's going for Kirk Fu. Okay. All right, Robbie, here you go.
Minor action move, because that's minor action. Up to the nearest guy, and I'm going to butt him with the end of my rifle.
Sure. Okay, give us a melee. Now, this is a roll-off, isn't it?
Yes. So I'm going to spend a momentum.
Yep. Last momentum spent.
Oh, this is good.
Robbie's discovered something. He's read something.
My daring and security.
Ooh.
Oh, 3 successes. Oh. All right, so get a momentum back.
Well, no. I only get a momentum back if you don't roll 3 successes.
Ah, okay.
It's a contested roll.
Contested roll. And I'm rolling
Daring and security.
daring and security.
Oh, sorry. It is a difficulty of 1, so technically I get 2 momentum back.
Okay. Daring and security. He gets daring and security. He gets 2 successes. So you're 1. So you Kirk Fu him.
And he takes 1 damage.
That was what you spent all your energy doing the Kirk Fu roll, and you went, "Hello, ha!"
Poke him in the eye.
You didn't hit him with the butt of the rifle. You booped him on the nose with it.
Yep.
8, 9. All right, so you do Kirk Fu. Basically you're Captain Ransom, or not Captain Ransom. You're Commander Ransom. So butter the rifle. You try and do it'd be similar to Ransom doing a double-handed slap, and nothing with the rifle. So you grab the rifle between 2 hands and you double-handed slap him with the rifle in your hand. Okay. Okay. Brilliant.
It's more of a Jacob Nesbitt roll than a Kirk roll, then, really, was it?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Where's your phaser?
I Jacob Nesbitt the shit out of that.
Peter, you mean Peter Quincy Taggart? Jason Nesbitt.
Yeah.
Taggart. Yeah. Where's your phaser? Robbie, you check to see if you still have your phaser. You didn't roll that 20, so you're okay. All right, so no opportunity for Antoinette to analyze that from the Kirk Fu. So who's going to roll? Who's going to fire next? Is it Frank, Sharon, or what's the card?
No, I'll fire. Oh, look, he's dual wielding. You're in deep shit here now.
All right. Yeah. So who's going to fire? Is it Frank?
So I'm already aimed. So my minor action will be to go prone as well.
Okay. Frank drops drops prone. Very good. He means business now.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pew-pewing. So here we go.
All right.
Let's see.
You've won momentum if you want an extra dice.
Yep, spent.
Right, no momentum left.
Fired.
We actually have 2 momentum, John, because I got 2 successes on a difficulty 1 attack.
Ah, okay.
3 successes.
1 left. 3 successes, and Frank gets a momentum back.
Woo! 2 momentum.
All right. So roll for damage, Frank. So roll
That's 66 again, is it?
66, yeah, that's right, 66.
Okay.
6. Okay, so we got nothing, 2, nothing, an effect, nothing, and an effect. So that's 4 damage and 2 effects. You were aiming.
Which means you can re-roll any of the dice, but meh.
Yeah, you don't need to. So 4 damage. All right. -1, so it's 3. And so that's 8. All right. So you help Robbie, and the guy that Robbie has Kirk food and booped on the nose. You made him stand up, Robbie. So
no, he went for the other guy. He went for the other guy, not beside me.
Yeah. Why would I go for the guy that's almost already down? Yeah, exactly.
He went for the other guy.
All right, Frank, you shot the other guy then. And Robbie's guy stays on his feet.
Yes. Because this way we get
rubbing his nose.
He's rubbing his nose, going, "Ow."
If this guy's right beside what Robbie just did, would he not be kind of like going, "What the hell?"
Yeah. What was the damage there, Frank? What was it? 3? 3 damage. Yeah,
4.
4 damage. Yeah. Okay. So the other guy, Frank, shoots the other Bajoran beside him, and the other Bajoran collapses in a stunned heap. Okay.
Hell yeah.
It is your turn, Jonathan.
It's my turn. All right. So the guy up beside the Vedek, he takes his turn to preps his weapon, picks it up. He sees Robbie after coming closer, and rolls and fails miserably. His weapon discharges. It fires through the storm and hits the rock next to you, Robbie.
Cool.
The other guy, the guy that you're fighting, he decides that he's going to Kirk Fu you back.
Cool.
All right. So he's going to swing at you. I have no threat, so he's just doing his 2 dice, and he gets 2 successes.
Yeah, so do I, which means I'm determined to have made a successful attack.
So do you, but you also got 2 20s.
Wait, what did I roll? What?
You rolled 4 dice.
How did I roll 4?
I don't know. We've rolled 4 dice, and are you spending your 2 last momentum, or what are you doing?
No, I can't. It's just a contested roll. Shouldn't have rolled 4 dice. What? Oh. I had exploding separate dice on.
Okay, so just to give an L reroll there.
Yeah.
Reroll of 2.
3 successes.
3. Oh, well done. So you bank.
Momentum.
You bank a momentum, and you win the roll.
Yes.
So you get to roll for damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aha! He takes 3 stress.
3 stress. And he only had 1 stress left.
Hey!
So you boop him on the nose, which makes him go, and then you turn around, you boop him, and you prep back with the butt of the rifle and smash him across the side of the head. He does a spinny reaction stuntman thing. Falls down on the floor.
Excellent.
Right. So the 2 Bajorans at the front, you've taken them out. One Bajoran has been knocked out by the fire wisps for dissipating one of their buddies, and you still have the Bajoran up beside the Vedek who's staying very close to him and not letting you get near him.
That was 2 of your Bajorans, correct, John?
2 of the Bajorans, yes.
Our turn.
Your turn.
I thought that was 3. Was there not 3 of the Bajorans taken out in that after that? No.
Well, one of them was taken out by
2 on that occasion and 1 previously.
Yeah, but the one previous was taken out by the fire wisps themselves.
What I mean is
so that's 3 Bajorans gone.
Yeah, but what I mean is John has taken 2 turns there.
It's our turn now.
Active in 2 characters, therefore it is our initiative round again.
Yep, your guys.
Action move to the next guy within reach.
Yeah.
Okay. To get to the next guy within reach, you need to pass through the energy.
What do I need to do to pass through the energy?
Okay, you need to dodge the energy.
I'm gonna Kirk roll under the energy.
You're gonna try and Kirk roll under the energy. Well, since it's all the way on the floor, it's not.
Kirk can roll under anything. You know this.
All right, so
We need to get to Morgan. We need to give him something to do.
I mean, surely with all this action, he's been woken up by now. Try and escape.
That's some heavy narcotics Morgan has. Right. Yeah. Okay. So Robbie, it is. Oh, holy shit! Right. You need to do. Let me see here. All right. You stand up. And you start feeling the energy. So roll your the equivalent of wits and alertness. So your presence and command.
8, 9, 10, 11. Difficulty of?
Difficulty of difficulty of 1.
No complication.
Complication.
With
Complication
no
is
successes.
the complication is.
I think I can Kirk roll through this.
So Robbie, you smash the Bajoran in the face. You turn around and you take a big breath in, puff out your chest, and go, "I will go through this fire." All right, you turn around and you start trying to wade through the fire. As you do, you're trying to gauge where the wisps are, and suddenly you see to your left as the wind's coming at you. One's coming at you. You try and turn with your phaser to help it, and it smashes you right in the chest.
Cool.
All right. So
This is a melee attack?
it's an energy melee attack.
Still melee. I'm going to smack it with my rifle.
You're going to smack it with your... All right. Okay.
A lot of smacking going on in this game.
Can't do
It's a
any
being of
damage.
pure energy. Break its legs.
All right. That is a single success.
It is rolling the dice. It is decided to freeze.
Oh. Technical issues.
2 successes.
2 successes. So you win. So the energy comes at you. Somehow you win as the energy comes at you.
It's a non-corporeal being. I'll break its legs. Oh, shit. I think I did break its legs.
You break its legs.
7 damage.
7 damage. So well done. So you're going to try and Kirk Fu the energy.
Of that, 5 of it was effects, and the effect of a melee attack is knockdown. So I've not just broken its legs, I've knocked it to the ground.
Okay, so basically, as you push your way through the wind, you see this fire wisp coming at you. You turn around to face it, and it's about to hit you. And you take the muzzle of your phaser rifle in your hand, and you swing it like a baseball bat.
Oh, I dwarf this thing.
And you smack it long and smack it far, and it smashes off the energy, the Kelloid power pack in the butt of your rifle, and you send it flying off in a different direction, and then you continue going through the fire.
I've got a club.
Through the tornado, huh?
I've got a club.
You got. Okay. Who's next?
Well, is that all the Bajorans taken out now? Is it just the Vedek that's left at this stage?
No, there's the Bajoran beside the Vedek, and he's fully okay.
Is he in range? Can I take a pew-pew at him?
You can try and take a pew-pew, but every pew-pew that you've done so far has bounced off the energy. As the energy tornado.
The last couple of engagements now, we took the Bajorans out.
No, that was the guys in the front. They had passed through and taken positions in the front. There's a third Bajoran. He's up at the back. He's up.
Okay.
He's not the back. He's in the center with the Vedek.
So and we kind of.
It might be good if I prepare the scan in case they fire back.
Yeah.
So I
can
analyze the scanning frequency of their phaser fire then.
Well, if you want to take your go now instead of Frank firing, the Bajoran did fire in the last round. So because you were preparing to make that scan, you can now use this roll at this moment to make that scan.
Right. Yeah, you go first then, Antoinette.
Does doing a scan count as doing something with a computer? Or do I need to be physically doing the computer on the ship?
I wouldn't do the computer, to be honest. That's a bit naughty. But
what are your talents, Antoinette?
Because I have computer.
Doing a computer.
Give me an additional dice.
Your focuses, sorry. What are your focuses in total?
Nothing that's going to help here. But I do have one of my talents is computer expertise, so I get an additional D20 if I have doing anything with a computer handwritten down here.
I wouldn't class operating a tricorder as working a computer. That'd be a shipboard operation, or if you were near Landru or something.
Can't blame for trying.
Or if you were operating a terminal to blow up a deflector.
Oh, 3 successes.
3 successes. So well done, Antoinette. Bank 2 momentum there. Well done. Cool. So because you were prepping that the whole thing there with the with your tricorder before the scan, when the Bajoran shot, you noticed that his charged energy is not Nadion pulse energy from a phaser rifle. It's a modified energy coming out of their rifles, that is able to pass through the chronoton energy of the fire tornado. So they have.
What I'm hearing is he's got a power rate slingshot.
So their energy has been calibrated to take into account the interphasic energy and chronoton energy in the area, so they can pass through this fire tornado. So it also looks like it's possible that within that space where the Vedek is also, while it's visible to you, the energy barrier is like passing through. It's in some way, shape, or form like passing over an Einstein-Rosen bridge into a slight pocket universe. So there's a universe within a universe within a universe where the Vedek is, even though you can see it, but you can see the energy vortex or the wall of this area inside there.
And do I think with the scans that I've done that this is a calibration that we can do to our phasers?
It is a calibration that you can do to your phasers. Now, again, if you can take this as a time thing, where it could take 2 rounds for you to science this out and take everyone's phaser. You know, you got to take out an isolinear chip, put it in onto the other slot, and type in a bit of binary code into the buttons. So it's not something that you can just go set it to level 12. You'll have to take each rifle and do a little modification with it.
Oh, Flora can do one too.
You two of you have a chat. Rifles, back here, please. Okay, so
that would be my next action then, is to hand my rifle over to her to modify it.
Yeah. So Frank, you and Shaz swap positions. You go behind Sharon. Sharon takes the forward position. Robbie, you're already doing Kirk Fu, so your phaser, you're in the vortex, trying to pass over the Einstein-Rosen bridge. So
I also cracked my phaser rifle practically in half. So
you're not planning to use it very efficiently afterwards. What are the settings? What do I do?
what do you mean? There's a science solution.
Yeah, what do you mean I can't just beat it out of them? Okay. So while Robbie's in the vortex, Frank, you swap with Sharon because the 2 Bajorans are gone now at the outside of the vortex. Sharon takes a step and takes the initiative to run forward to the position that they were just in. And she's just outside of the vortex now, and Antoinette, you're calling Frank back to say, well, come here, give me your phaser rifle, and I will modify it for you, right? Sharon does something a little bit more clever. She runs over and where the Bajorans are, she drops the Federation phaser rifle and picks up theirs. All right. So, is it my go or your go? It's my go, isn't it?
Your turn.
My turn.
Well, if handing my phaser over was my go, then yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, my go. And
Thanks.
okay, Frank's going for a thing. Let's see here. That is a success. So the Bajoran Vedek, he begins to chant furiously. The wind picks up, Robbie. You're having a tougher time going through it. As Sharon gets to, as she is distracted by swapping phasers, the other Bajoran that had been knocked sideways, he comes around on her blind side and smacks her in the side of the head. And in conjunction, the Bajoran Vedek, he spots you and her. He's not too happy about it, and he points his hand, one of his hands, in both of your directions. He and the energy of the fire wisp energy passes around faster. One of them hits Sharon and successfully, and the other guy knocks her on the head. She spent her determination, so Sharon takes an injury, and the Bajoran now takes Sharon and enters into the vortex in parallel with you, Robbie. Okay.
Cool.
So you guys, it's time for you guys.
Am I through the?
No, you're still passing through it. It's going to take you a couple of rounds to get through. So again, Robbie, since you're in the vortex, roll to avoid being hit again by more energy.
What is this? Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Am I gonna get smacked in the face? 2 successes!
2 successes. Congratulations, Robbie. You managed to dodge out of the way of oncoming
Difficulty of by the way, John?
fire wisps. Huh?
The difficulty on that was?
The difficulty of it was 2.
Cool.
Right.
So, just just to really screw with you, John.
Yeah.
I am going to spend some momentum in just a sec.
You're gonna ransom Kirk Fu your way out of this?
Oh yeah.
How far is Morgan from us now?
He's not far away from Robbie. If Robbie can get through the vortex, he can easily get close to Morgan on his spin.
I hope he has a hypo spray.
Some smelling salts.
No.
We all have med kits.
Oh, that's right, we do.
First aid kit.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a first aid kit.
Okay, Morgan, we get you back in.
I am going to spend 2 momentum
Okay, 2 momentum.
to create an advantage.
Oh, sure.
Now, the exact wording of this is to establish a fact about the scene or remove a complication.
Okay.
Establishing a fact about the scene, I've seen how this Bajoran has moved out and in of this crazy chronoton radiation field.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what he did.
Okay. Okay. So what you managed to notice of what he did was he's on the side of the bad guys.
There's got to
So-
be some more to it than that.
He's on the side of the bad guys, and
Come on, give me something, man.
huh?
Give me something.
No, it seems that for the moment while the Vedek is praying, the Vedek has some sort of control over the fire vortex, so he's able to open up easier ways of passing through for his fanatics.
Ah, in that case, I'm going to imitate his fucking prayer words. I'm going to use his words against him. I'm literally going to polyglot him.
You're
just
going to
gonna
pray
repeat
to
what
the
he's
power
saying.
wraith. You're going to pray to the power wraith.
If it gets me a door to Morgan quicker, yes.
Okay. All right. So, Robbie, it's going to take you a turn just to kind of listen to the words of what he's saying. It's in ancient Bajoran, so you having a fucking breeze what you're saying.
Universal translator, baby.
Yeah, not in ancient Bajoran. It doesn't. Because there's a whole episode of DS9 where Sisko comes across it and Dax spends a week with the
Listen.
tablet and can't translate this shit.
Here's the thing. Blame the mechanics, because I'm just using the mechanics of the game here.
All I can think of is Evil Dead. You know that. Mama Naratu.
Power Wraith. Let me through.
Okay. All right. So Robbie's in the middle of this fire thing, avoiding risk, and he's just like, Onum Shivai. Onum Shivai.
Oh, Num Siobhan.
Why?
Oh, my. Claire? No. Clahara. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So Robbie's there trying to go, what the fuck? And repeat what the Vedek is saying, so he can pray to the power wraith. Okay, wonderful stuff. Antoinette, you now have Frank's phaser in your hands. And Frank, you've handed over your phaser. Sharon's gone and gotten herself knocked over the head. And Frank, you've swapped to. I'm gonna guess that while Antoinette has your type 3, she gives you her type 2, so you at least can continue to do something. Yeah.
Okay, is it my round?
It's your
my
round,
move then.
Mike. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take the Bajoran phaser off Sharon, and
Sharon's been knocked out, and she's in the fire. She's in the vortex, passing through the vortex with over the shoulder of a Bajoran.
We did pick up about 4 Bajoran phaser rifles though, because there's like 6 of them unconscious in the tunnel behind you.
So you could spend the turn just kind of going, oh, I see now, and run back down to the last cavern, pick up a phaser rifle that you left behind, and come
2
back.
of them outside the door where the guys are.
You know.
sure, could you spend that turn waiting for Antoinette to fix my phaser, for God's sake?
Yep.
So what I might do then is try to pot shot at the Vedek and see if we can disturb him while he's chanting.
And nothing happens. Again, I'm not even going to make you roll for it because the phaser just won't pass through the chronoton energy of the whirlwind.
It seems to me at this point that, yeah, that's fair enough, but we need to sort of take that Vedek down. Obviously, while he's chanting, we're going to be stuck with these fire wisps.
Your turn, John.
My turn. So the Bajoran that has Shaz, he's made his way over to the empty plinth, and he's laid her down on the plinth. So in the circle is now complete, and the 3 Cardassians, Morgan and now Sharon, are on the plinth surrounding the Vedek. The Vedek hears what you're saying, Robbie, and he sees he figures out your plan.
Oh, right. In the name of future space Karen of Bajor, let me pass.
So, he sees what you're doing, and he increases his prayer and does his best to shout you down.
Oh, rates, you cannot ignore future space Karen's Karen hair, and her Karen hat, and her Karen eyes,
Okay.
and the way she says, child.
My child. I'm guessing you're referencing Kai Wynn.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey, yeah, so you're referencing Kai Wynn. Very good.
Hey, they're non-linear beings. They know exactly who I'm talking about, even if I don't.
Exactly. The lines that he's reciting for you are, "Come to us, O lords of fire. The prophets of the celestial temple have abandoned and failed us. Come, take hold of these vessels we bring you. Let us free you from the confines of your prison, so that you may be free from the torment of devils, or you may free us from the torment of devils. Costamogen we call thee. Costamogen, help us be free."
O lords of fire, listen not to this false believer. He knows not what he says. He offers impure blood to this sacrifice. Do not listen to him, for I offer you future space Karen.
O lords of Tobal.
So say I all.
So as this is going on and he prays, the intensity of the whirlwind intensifies more, and there's even more. You feel that there's a static energy building up in your lack of hair on your head, and there's a tingling going on, and you see that smaller wisps start to coalesce together in the vortex, and as they do, they collect together and start coming together, and you notice 5 wisps, larger wisps, come in, and each one of them just does a couple of circles and then lands into each one of the unconscious bodies.
So I'm assuming that they did not create an advantage for me.
No.
Then I get my momentum back.
Okay. It's fine.
Might need more than a hypo spray.
Huh?
Might need more than a hypo spray.
So, Morgan,
Yep.
your eyes open up with fiery red energy in them, and in the back of your head, you feel that you are present, but you have little or no control over your body. You sit up on a plinth. You notice that suddenly you're in a giant cavern. There's a mad storm going on all around you. Your body begins to move. You slide your legs off this table or something that you seem to be on, and you stand up. You see a man in front in Bajoran Vedek's robes, hands held high, praying, and you seem to be drawn to him, and you find yourself also raising your hands, and you see around you. You see ahead of you. You see Sharon, one of your co-crew members. And then you also see 3 Cardassians all do the same thing with their eyes glowing red, and they start praying as well. Okay.
Okay. How much of me is actually present there?
In what way?
One of my values is mistrust of Cardassians. If I see them in front of me, how much of me is going to react to that? And
okay, okay, good point. So you have an internal willpower struggle between the power wraith that has just possessed your body and your own conscious self that's being trapped. It's almost like it's like a night terror,
yeah,
where you want to move but you can't. And you can feel your body moving, but you have no control over it. It's pretty terrifying. If you've ever had a night terror, that's exactly what it's like, and your brain goes into a fight or flight response. Okay, and you also feel that there is a presence, sitting on your chest. Okay, so
can I stop you there for a second? Because you're actually explaining my number one irrational fear right there. It's just everything about this. Go on ahead.
I didn't mean to.
Continue to terrify me.
I presume you've had a night terror in the past.
I have indeed.
Yeah. So, has everybody here playing? I've lost Antoinette for a minute. Have you all had a night terror at some stage?
Yes.
You've all experienced night terror. Robbie,
Yep.
you have, yeah. Frank, you've experienced night terror before, yeah.
I can't say that I have.
Well, Frank's the lucky one. I've had a few night terrors. So a night terror. Say that again, Antoinette.
Look at Frank being all happy in his sleep.
Yeah, Frank's just happy in his sleep. So Frank's conscious mind has never woken up before his brain has redirected his motor functions to wake up and felt the abject terror of paralyzation. Which gives your semi-conscious brain and your imagination the wherewithal to consider that you have there's another presence in the room. So that's what's happening to you, Morgan.
Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty terrifying. So you now have to use your willpower to fight this this possession of your body. Okay. So you would be using your control and probably your control and command, right? So it's the control and command of your body to fight this. Okay, so I'll leave you with that for the moment.
Great.
Okay, and there's but as that's happening, you can also feel immense energy coursing through your body. Okay. Right, so the rest of you, what are you up to? Frank, you now have a Bajoran particle rifle in your hands. Antoinette, if you give me another successful roll, you will have completed your transfer for the Type 3 Federation phaser. Robbie, you're chanting away in the middle of the storm, avoiding fire wisps.
Well, then, now that I have the Bajoran face, I'm going to take a pot shot at the Vedek and see if we can distract him from his chanting. Might give Robbie a better chance to get control with the chanting that he's doing.
And yeah, I'm not chanting anymore because it didn't make any difference. So charge on through.
Okay, well, let's
Pushing
still
on
take a pot shot at the Vedek, see if we can disrupt his chanting.
Okay, so Frank, you
Good
are.
aim.
Frank. So are you aiming? Are you prone? Have you dropped? Are you just
No,
standing in the middle of
I'm
the?
aiming. I'm aiming.
Aiming.
Frank, can I suggest instead you use the prepare action?
Yeah, why particularly?
Because if you use the prepare action and you get an effect dice, it means you can apply the piercing 2 condition, which ignores any resistances he might have from cover.
Okay, all right, let's do that then.
It also means you can apply the weapon is yeah.
So this particle rifle does not have charge. It only has accurate.
Oh well, then screw it. Use the aim.
All right.
Yeah.
Because this is a particle rifle, not a phaser rifle.
Right. So aim, and I am going to roll for. Let's see.
Now, also taking in mind, Frank, you guys have 4 momentum as well. Well, you get 3.
Oh, yeah.
You get 2 successes. 3 successes. So you get a
Nice.
critical success. 3 successes, Frank. Congratulations. You managed to hit the Bajoran. You gain a momentum as well. He is behind cover of the wind, but you're holding the correct rifle. So he's pretty much out in the open.
Frank, are you shooting at who? Are you shooting at?
The
The
Vedek.
Vedek.
Aha. You can, if you wish, spend 2 momentum to create a problem for the Vedek.
Okay, consider them spent.
Right, 2 momentums. Problem for the Vedek.
Do I need to roll for damage now? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. 6 damage, 6 dice, 66.
6.
So that is 3 effects and 3 damage. So 6 damage in total.
Nice.
3 so accurate means you can re-roll d20. You don't need to do that, so you're okay in that regard. And 6 damage. So 6 damage. He's out in the open, so he needs to avoid an injury. So how can I avoid an injury? Can I avoid an injury?
Nope.
Injury healing. I can do it with determination. Let me see. Okay. Avoiding an injury. Yeah. 2 momentum to do so. No. Adding threats. No. Once per scene, or regardless of health. Characters may have any ability to avoid it seen by succeeding at a recover task. A successful task allows the character to gain for the scene. So he hasn't done that. Okay. So the Vedek, you managed to shoot him square in the chest, Frank. Well done. And he takes 6 damage, and you dislodge him from his center position.
Well,
okay.
Is he avoiding the injury, John?
He can't.
Then he's unconscious.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. All right, so
Okay, so that's
well done, Frank. That's a good hit for Frank. He collapses down and falls unconscious. And as he does so, another fire wisp takes the opportunity and enters his body. Okay, so he then gets back up. All right, who else? So Antoinette, roll for modifying the phaser.
2 successes.
Congratulations, you have a modified Type 3 phaser in your hands, Antoinette. You take it apart, you pull out parts and swap parts around, and they make all the magnetic clicky sound. Right, and you take an isolinear chip out of the butt, and you take it in, you stick it in another end of it. Right, you take the batteries out, shake them, blow on the top of them, put them back in. Right, So your phaser rifle now Federation phaser rifle now works in the situation that you find yourselves in. Right.
Could I use my determination to? I can use my value. Every problem has a solution, and try and fire at the Vedek again.
Does that mean you get to have 2 goes in one?
That means, well, apparently my value says perform an extra task immediately if to use your determination.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, so I will. I haven't used a minor action, so I will aim, obviously first, and then I'll fire at it.
Cool.
So that is security and control. Sorry, 9.
One success.
One success.
One success. You need 2 successes to hit him.
Oh well, it's worth a try.
Right. So you could spend. I'll let you spend the momentum.
Do we have momentum left?
We have 4 momentum.
Yeah. Okay. I'll spend the momentum for another dice.
1 more dice.
We have 3 momentum.
No, you have 2 momentum.
3. We had 5.
I think we're counting differently, Robbie.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so good attempt though. You glance, you fire the new the modified Federation phaser rifle, and you just miss. It goes over his head, and as you fire at the Vedek, you see that he's getting up slowly from being knocked unconscious by Frank. And as he opens his eyes open red. He's now possessed as well. He climbs back up onto his rock and starts chanting even more frantically. You notice that as Frank had shot the Vedek, the other possessed Cardassians and Morgan and Sharon, their hands started to drop a little bit. But now that he's gotten back up and he's possessed, their hands are more outstretched, and there's more energy flowing through. You can feel tingling in your spine, Morgan. There's so much energy coming from the vortex and being channeled through you, right? And you see that your hands are coming closer together, and the energy is now about. You feel a build up. Something's about to erupt out of your out of your extremities. Okay.
God, I'm gonna Hadouken everybody.
Huh?
I'm gonna Hadouken everybody.
Oh, you could try. You could. So, right. So, well done, Antoinette. It was good effort. Good from Frank. My go, I think. Is it my go? It is my go. All right. So, the Bajoran that is beside the Vedek. All right. So he sees you, Frank, and Antoinette, and he takes his chance, and he fires back at Frank, and he shoots, and he's successful. Okay, so he gets to shoot. He got 2 successes there. And he's going to. That's 1 effect. Doesn't help us. That's 1 damage. 3 damage, Frank. So you take 3 stress, but you're not injured.
All right.
So what's your stress at now, Frank?
Well, that's 8 you've taken from me now.
And what's your maximum stress?
Let me just have a look at that. I think it was 12.
Okay. So Frank, you're on 8, but you're luckily enough you haven't been injured yet. So you're continuing to go. You're bruised and you've got a couple of phaser burns, but it is of no moment.
I ain't got time to bleed.
You got time to duck. Okay, so that's so the Bajoran, all of the possessed, the Cardassians, Sharon and Morgan. You see that their bodies start to glow with all the energy, and each one of them now seems to be a receptor for the smaller wisps. and the smaller wisps are collecting in each of their bodies. So they're now coming down out of the fire tornado, and each one's building up inside of Morgan, inside of Sharon, inside of the Cardassians, and they're pointing their hands outstretched towards the Vedek in the middle. Okay, Morgan. So
any way I can fight this? Yeah.
You. Hey,
is there any way I can fight this?
Willpower roll for you for inside in your body.
Great. So that's command and control. Yeah.
Command and control. Yeah, or control and command. Now it's quite a difficult thing because you are buried in your own head. All right, so I'm going to say that this is going to be a difficulty of 3 to begin with. The more successes you get, the easier it becomes.
I got 2 anyway. I didn't roll a momentum, but
there is momentum to spend.
I wouldn't have been able to get it anyway because I only got 1 success there.
You got 1 success. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I mean, if you 3 momentum, you can spend those 3 momentum to get 2 more dice.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get you back in action.
So I can roll 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Way 4 successes. All right. So well done, Morgan.
Nice.
So Morgan, you managed to take control of your own body. For a moment, you fought through the possession, and your hands start to drop. You don't have complete control, but you've got control of your motor functions for the moment. You blink your eyes, and you look around, and you seem to have control of your own faculties again. Okay, so well done, Morgan. There, the Vedek in the middle immediately turns its head and looks at you as it, like Gozer the Gozerian. Are you a god? Right. So Morgan, for the moment, you're disrupting the energy buildup. You've taken back control of your body, and you're inside the circle. Okay. But you still are possessed. You still feel something in the background. So you're going to have to, for the moment, have an additional roll every time you want to do something to see if you can successfully keep control of your body before you do that task. Okay, make sense? Cool. Yeah. All right. So, So well done for Morgan. Somebody else gets to go now as well. So who's going to go now?
Well, I'm in the middle of a chronoton field. Keep pushing through.
You're going to keep pushing through. Somebody says, "Are you?" Oh, it's Alan Whelan. Are you a god? No, I'm 12. It's great reference from Ghostbusters Afterlife. Wonderful movie. Highly recommend it. Go and see it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll take another pot shot at the Vedek then.
Is Robbie? You're pushing through?
Well, I'm still in the middle of a chronoton field. Otherwise.
Yeah. So Robbie, you're forcing your way through. Okay. Basically, it's you're close to getting into the middle, Robbie. So I want you to do it's a strength roll just to kind of to push through and avoid. So it's control and security to avoid getting hit by the wisps as they're charging up more and hitting people, right?
Fitness and security, not better.
Sure. Go ahead. Get a 20.
Have a threat, John.
Thank you. 2 successes.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Robbie. You managed to make your way through without getting hit again, and you're now free and clear. You're in the eye of the storm, as it were. All right, so you just broken through. Well done there. So that's Morgan getting back his faculties, and Robbie passing through the wall of the chronoton field. All right. So now it's back to my turn. The Bajoran who's beside the Vedek, he takes aim at you, Robbie. All right.
I'm going to say for my minor action, as soon as I'm through and I see what the hell's going on, I'm going to take cover at the nearest plinth, if I can.
All right, no problem. All right, you dodge behind the plinth. How
many resistance dice does that give me?
You don't have to, because he misses heavily, and he causes a feedback in his rifle. So his rifle jams as a rifle possibly could in the 24th century. Okay, all right. That's my go. Now, Morgan, the Vedek looks at you. His eyes glowing hard, and you feel a mental attack to help the power wraith inside you regain possession of your motor functions. So this will be a roll off.
Okay.
So so he's going to roll his control and command, which is, for me, is that. And that is, hey, holy shit. So I spent that threat and I had 3 dice, so I got 3 successes. All right. So Morgan, you need to roll 3 successes or more to defeat me in a mental standoff.
I need to hand you a threat in order to do that.
You need to hand me 2 or 1 or 3 threat.
Just give him the 3, Morgan. You're going to need the 4 dice.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 threat for me.
So I need 4. Now my will is not very strong. My command is low, so I'm running for 12.
4 successes.
Whoa!
4 successes, Morgan. Look at you.
I just walk over
hate those fucking. You hate this whole situation. It's not just Cardassians you hate. It's the whole area of space. Bajorans, Cardassians, Paris, Chronoton energy. You just fucking hate a lot of them. Like, I'm sick. I was only fucking. I was unconscious. I woke up, and now this shit. Right. I got bitten by a spider. I was fucking out of it for hours, and now I got to deal with this fucking shit. What the fuck?
And I can't stop climbing walls. What's going on?
Robbie, did you want to say something there? No.
I was just saying, John, I'm assuming as you set the difficulty at 3 and he got 4 successes, we get a momentum, yes?
Yes. That's why Robbie's here, is to remind us when you guys get bonuses.
Yeah.
Okay, so well done, Morgan. Jesus, Morgan's got all the mental faculties. I think that that rest that you got, that induced coma, just you've been thinking away in the back of your head. What would I do in these different situations? If I got possessed, what would I do? Oh, I know exactly what I'd do. I mean, even if there was a Cardassian around, well, man, I'd be fucking pissed. Right? So, well done, Morgan. You are the Vedek has started to turn his concentration on you to bring you back into this fold. Okay. So that is the Vedek's go, and the Bajorans go, and there's 2 Bajorans, by the way. It's the Bajoran that put Sharon on her plinth, and then there's the Bajoran who's up beside the Vedek. Okay, so you guys get to go. So who's going?
Yeah. Again, I'm gonna go and take a shot at the Vedek and try and take him out again.
He's distracted now as well, Frank.
Huh?
He's distracted now as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Frank, you're staying at the door, the cavern door. Yeah.
Still there, still aiming, and going to take another shot at the Vedek.
Okay, go ahead.
Alrighty. D20. One success. So
One
guys,
success. What's that, Frank?
do we have any momentum to throw at that for another roll?
You do. You have 1 momentum.
I'll spend that. Have another roll there. Yeah, god damn it.
No successes. All right. So, Frank, again, you fire through with the particle weapon, and you just miss the Vedek. Okay. And who's next? All right. Who's next? Is it Antoinette or
yeah.
Robin? Morgan's gone.
I haven't gone in a while. I suppose I have the weapon already drawn, so I'll which is
Do it,
which
Antoinette.
of the Bajorans are closest?
Yep.
We said there's no point preparing, so we're aiming. So I'll aim, and then I will shoot at the nearest Bajoran.
Okay. All right. The Bajoran that's near Sharon, who's already injured from being smashed backwards by the Paris themselves.
What's the
Okay, go
difficulty?
ahead.
What's the
The
difficulty?
difficulty, because you're firing through the vortex itself, it's just going to add 1 difficulty to it. So it's a difficulty of 2.
2. Okay. So I need to. Can I give you a threat maybe just to get an extra dice?
You may.
Okay.
Always give me threat. Just don't threaten me. Oh dear. 1 success and a complication. And a complication. Oh dear. That complication is yet to come.
That's not in my favor this evening.
All right, so that's Frank and Antoinette gone. It's my turn again. Again, the Vedek concentrates on you, Morgan. And he's desperately going, no, I fucking need you. So he's going to roll off again. So that gives me 2. And then that's 2 more. Okay, so yeah, again, the same roll off, Morgan. Control and command. And he gets 4 successes on 4 dice.
Morgan, give him the 6th threat. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get the 4 dice to roll.
5.
5 dice.
If you give him 6th threat, you get 3 extra dice. Oh yeah, sorry, 3 extra dice. Yeah.
So 6 threat for me, yeah. 2, 4, 5, 6. No, Morgan,
No.
did not succeed. But thank you for all the threat. It's much appreciated. Okay, so Morgan, you lose control of your body. You feel the power wraith in your mindscape. You find yourself in a red, huge landscape of desolation, and an evil version of yourself faces you. It's just a face, but you know that your subconscious brain, your dreaming brain that is being accessed right now, is just putting faces on things, and you see it's an evil version of yourself. You know it's not you, but it looks like you.
It's me without a beard.
It's you without a beard. Right? It's the evil version. It's the clean shaven you. He's got short back and sides. His hair is nicely combed. You know. So you know he's a blue collar office worker looking chap. You know, so so you're facing off against him in your head, and unfortunately for this particular round, he's intimidating you so much, and drawing on all your fears, on your terrors of not being able to move. He's basically got you pinned down on the sand, with imaginary wires and you could say force fields if you want, in your brain, and you're desperately trying to get back up to gain control. Okay. And he's just pacing around you, and there's a massive vortex off in the sky in your head, in this imaginary realm in your head, right? And it's looking very, very much like the what we would know as the Bajoran wormhole, the Celestial Temple, but it's red instead of blue. Okay, it's got a red hue instead of a blue hue. So you lose control. To the outside world, what happens is the Vedek looks at Morgan, and you guys don't really know what's going on. You see that Morgan had come back for a moment, was about to come and help everybody, but moments later, his eyes blink back red, and his arms are outstretched again. Okay, and you see that all the wisps in this area seem to have almost dissipated. All right, and they've all entered each one of the five beings. And now a massive amount of energy is building up. You see that the energy is the people themselves, the Cardassians, Sharon and Morgan, are glowing, and the energy erupts from their hands, and all combine together at the Vedek. The Vedek throws his head back, and the energy erupts out of the ceiling. So there's a now massive amount of chronoton energy hitting him and shooting through the ceiling. Okay. All right. So it's your go. It's your go.
Cool. I'm going to take the minor action, draw item, to draw my Type 2 phaser from my belt.
So you've got a Type. You got a dual wield, are you?
Well, I only have the one.
I thought you still have your phaser rifle, no?
It's a club. I smashed it over some wisp thing, remember?
you draw your fight Type 2 phaser, okay, but it's not modified.
Yeah, but I'm through the wormhole thingy.
Yeah. That's
that barrier thingy.
Because all the wisps have now entered the body, and there's a massive generation of energy with the five people, the tornado has dropped. The winds are gone. Okay.
Cool. Is there anything around me that looks like it might be a source of power or like a MacGuffin?
A muffin? Did you say a muffin?
The MacGuffin.
Oh, the MacGuffin.
Where's the MacGuffin here, John?
The MacGuffin is there's no MacGuffin. It is the chamber itself. You're in a power rate prison. There are you see since the winds have calmed down, you see on the curved ceiling of the vortex before it opens into a hole, you see writings and hieroglyphs all around the room. And they seem to tell some sort of story, but you don't have time to really sit and analyze this. You'll need to get an archaeological team in to look at what's going on here. But you could have a cursory look to see what you can glean, since now the energy has calmed down. But don't forget that there's 5 people with fiery energy emitting from them and hitting the Vedek, and that's surging out through the ceiling.
I'm lost. I'm the shooty guy.
Anyone else?
Science lady.
I could scan, I suppose, to see if this energy is any different to the rest of the energy, the rest of the chronoton energy.
Sorry, John. I am going to try the recover action, so I'm going to get behind cover and attempt a fitness and command task.
Yep, go ahead. Please do. Go ahead.
Fitness and command is 13, difficulty 2.
If you all want to take a round to do that, go ahead, except Morgan. So if anybody, Frank, especially you, with 8 damage without stress.
Yeah. What was that again? What's he doing?
So
you get behind cover and attempt a fitness and command task with a difficulty of 2. You gain 1 additional resistance for each effect rolled on cover dice. So, John, how many cover dice do I get from this thingy-mabobber?
You get 1 die. You get 1 cover dice from the plinth.
Cool. I get 1 resistance.
You mean 1 stress back?
Nope, that's only for spending momentum.
Ah, okay. So you gain a resistance. What have you done? Put armor on or something, or are you just using the plinth as a resistance?
The plinth is cover.
Right. Oh, okay. You could have. I thought you could have just dived behind it.
Recover itself is an action apparently.
I thought recover was for gaining stress back, so that you can actually do first. Or you could first aid yourselves.
Nah, that just means an injured character is stabilized but no longer incapacitated, but remains incapacitated.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So, so there's but there's no the 2 Bajorans and the Vedek. There's no longer anything protecting them. There's just a massive amount of energy being transferred through the people. So there's the buildup of the wisps into the people, into the Vedek, and out into space, out into the planet, into the atmosphere.
Antoinette, Flora, it's all on you two.
What are we doing? We're scanning, are we?
Well, we could all dive in for cover and make some scans if you wish.
Yeah. I will do that. Take cover so nobody can shoot me. And I will scan the energy.
Okay, all right. Make a scan.
2
successes.
Yeah.
Well done, Antoinette. You see that the energy that's coming out is massive chronoton energy. It seems to be adding to what's going on in the atmosphere. So the crux of it, the center point, seems to be the most obvious, which is the Vedek. So perhaps if you all concentrate firepower on just the Vedek, you might be able to knock this thing on the head. Or you could take out his support structure, because the 5 innocents are not they're not moving; they're standing still.
So who still has a turn that we can fire?
No, it's John's turn because 2 of us have acted this turn.
All right, so it's my turn. So the energy from the Vedek passes straight out into space, and you have the opportunity. No, you don't have the opportunity. It passes out of them, and then they look down upon you, and then they all. Their eyes dissipate and everyone collapses. There's 2 Bajorans still left. So one of the Bajorans takes his phaser rifle and he aims at Sharon. No, he doesn't, because Sharon's on their team at the moment. So he aims at Frank. But Frank is prone, so he rolls and he fires, and he misses. The other Bajoran, he jumps down and he gets to close to Robbie. We lost Frank. He gets close to Robbie and he tries to return some kung fu to Robbie. So he rolls 3 dice. And gains 2 successes. So you get 2 successes, so you win, Robbie.
You're on mute.
4 stress, all of which is an effect, which is knocked down. So he's knocked on his ass.
He's knocked on his ass. Very good. All right. So you knock him down. Perfect. All right. Somebody else gets to go. Oh no, this is the other Bajoran, and he fired at Frank and he missed. So you, the other guy went after you, Robbie, and you smacked him in the face and put him on his ass. So your guys go.
The guy who shot at Frank, I'm going to shoot at him.
Okay, you're going to shoot at him. Go ahead.
Good. I'm going to use the prepare action.
Okay, you're prepared to shoot.
It is control and security.
Okay.
Which is 15.
Oh, Frank's back. Frank's back.
Internet drop.
All successes.
Okay. All right, 2 successes. Well done. You hit him.
4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Has he got any cover, John? Or any
No.
resistances?
No.
Sorry, one sec. Ah! I'm going to use the intense effect, which basically knocks him unconscious straight away.
Okay. So you do how many damage?
5.
5 damage. So
6.
okay.
Sorry, 6 damage,
6
guys.
damage. All right, and he's intense. All right. Okay, very good. Use their own particle weapons on them, and very good. You so
There's one Bajoran left, unless that guy that I knocked on his ass is still conscious.
no, so you knocked that guy down, and he took 6 stress. So that's he took an injury, and he's no way of recovering from that. And you knocked him down.
No, the guy I knocked on his ass took 4 stress.
Oh, you only take 4 stress. No, we thought you said he took 6.
The guy I
Go back and
just
watch the
shot
video,
at
tell us
took
what
6.
Oh, okay. All right. So he took 4, and you knocked him on his ass. He's still conscious then, but he's on the ground. He's prone. So the other Bajoran, you shot him, and he's now unconscious. So there's 3 unconscious Bajorans, plus a Bajoran that tried to attack you with Kirk Fu, but you smacked him out of the way. So that was a pretty good little situation there for Robbie. One Bajoran came over to punch him. Robbie, you blocked it, backfisted him, knocked him on his ass, and then saw the other guy coming around the Vedek and shot him with your phaser. So well done, Robbie. That was a heck of a round there for Robbie.
Frank or Antoinette, you're up.
Frank and Antoinette, yeah. So pretty much until there's the guy who's got a burst lip on the floor, and the Vedek.
Well, I'll try and shoot the Vedek, I suppose.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, use my dauntless so I get an additional dice. Cross my fingers.
Minor action to aim, Antoinette.
Minor action to aim. I was just about to say that.
Okay, very good. All right, so you're going to aim at the Vedek.
Nope, 2 successes only. Yeah, 2.
2. That's fine. You tag the. Go ahead, Robbie.
Reroll 1d20, Antoinette.
Rerolling 1d20 apparently. Why am I rerolling 1d20?
Because you aimed.
You aimed.
Because I aimed. Okay.
Yep, because you aimed.
It's okay.
Never mind.
It doesn't matter. You re-rolled. You didn't get your. That would have just given you a momentum. So you fire at the Vedek. All the energy seems to have dissipated up into the atmosphere. So whatever they were doing, they've been doing it. Everyone else collapsed back onto their plinths. Whereas the Vedek, he just collapsed down onto like one knee. And you then took that opportunity to shoot him.
Antoinette, what's your security score?
1.
Roll 5d6.
Roll 5, yeah. Roll 5d6.
5d6.
Okay, so that is an effect. 1, 2, 3 effects. So 3 effects and
4 damage.
1 damage.
So 4 damage total.
4 damage total for the Vedek. Okay,
Ooh, not bad.
so that's not too bad. He's so 4 damage. All right, he's none too happy. So
My hair to make him happy.
he stands back up, and unlike the rest of everybody else, like Morgan, you have control of your faculties again.
Oh, right.
Okay, so you're conscious again. Sharon is conscious again, and so are the 3 Cardassians. Now, the 3 Cardassians are instantly going, "What the fuck?" There's Bajorans, and there's Federation around them. So the Cardassians seem to be getting ready to do something that may not go your way, because they're just instantly they've woken up into a situation where they were possessed, and now there's all sorts of shenanigans happened. So the Cardassians are starting to look around, and it'll be up to you guys to see whether or not they accept your explanation of the situation. The Vedek, being all gozer-like, is on top of the thing, stands up with their glowing eyes, and looks down upon you and goes, "You are already too late. My brethren have fled this place. I am just the guardian." So that's all he does. So what are you gonna do?
Can I hop in there and
Yes, you can. Of course, you can.
use my diplomacy
Mm-hmm.
focus
Yeah.
on my despised Cardassian friends who are also as confused, and just try and calm them down? Put my hand up and just say, like, whoa. This isn't the Federation's fault. I'm a lieutenant in the Federation. I was under the same circumstances as you.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, Morgan, you've got a specialty in this situation. Yes.
Yep.
So I would say, because the Federation is at war with the Cardassians at this particular moment in Star Trek timelines, that it would have been a difficulty of 3 to sort this situation, because the lieutenant is now starting to talk to them, and they're like, "What?" But because your diplomacy and you've got a specialty in this, will reduce that difficulty down to 2.
Okay.
All right. So you don't have any momentum, but you could give threat to get more dice, or you can just roll your 2 dice and try and get 2 successes.
What am I rolling against?
You are rolling for diplomacy. So your diplomacy would be presence and command.
That's not very good. So,
But your difficulty has been reduced.
yeah.
Say that again, Robbie?
What is the difficulty?
Difficulty was 3. I've reduced it down to 2 because he has a specialty in diplomacy.
Yeah, and my presence is 8 and my command is 1, so I only have 9. That's like less than half a chance.
Now, somebody else, like Antoinette or Frank, could assist you.
How can I assist them? I know I've got a. In what way can I assist them?
Well, you could roll your diplomacy as well on a single dice, just to help them.
All right, I'll do that. What's my diplomacy? Let me see.
Well, I'll just roll my natural then.
I am going to assist him.
Why?
Because I
are
know
you
that
going to assist?
sometimes venturing into the unknown requires a leap of faith.
Okay.
And one of my talents is aggressive negotiations.
Okay. Alrighty. So your difficulty reduces down to 2 as well, Robbie.
Well, mine is I've got diplomacy and values as well. So
Well, no, if we're assisting him, we only roll
One
one
dice.
d20,
Yeah. To assess.
and it's only if Morgan hits his success limit. So,
Yeah.
Morgan, you need to roll a d20. You need to roll your 2d20
Okay.
and get at least one success. Excellent.
One success. Okay, let's go.
So, what is it, John?
It's presence and command.
So 11. 1d20. That's a total of 2 successes.
2 successes for the team. Very good. Very good. So you managed to calm the Cardassians down. Okay. Well done, everybody.
Listen to him.
Grissom negotiations. Stay where you are. Stand your ground. So between the two of you, are you actually pointing a phaser at them, Robbie?
No, I'm not. I'm pointing a phaser at the dude on the ground. Oh, the dude with the glowy eyes. I'm pointing a phaser at the dude with the glowy eyes.
You're pointing at the guy. Well, there's the guy on the ground as well that you have to take care of because he's
He's
could jump
taking
up.
care of him with my boot on his neck.
Okay. All right. So you got that going on. That's fine. Right. Okay. So well done. That was pretty good. That was pretty good negotiating right there. Where did you learn to negotiate like that?
I'm a Marine. It's how we negotiate.
All right. So very good. Well done. So the Cardassians aren't a problem at the moment, but you still do have this possessed Vedek.
Deity.
All right. So what are you guys going to do? Is it my go or your go? My go, isn't it? It's my go. Okay. So the 2 Bajoran militia fighters, they've been taken care of. So now let's take care of the Vedek. Or not take care of the Vedek. The Vedek's going to take care of you guys. So the Vedek
take care of the Vedek, yeah?
Yeah, you're going to take care of the Vedek. So the Vedek looks around. All right, and out of there's he's not happy with any of you. So there's Frank is 1, Antoinette is 2, Robbie is 3, Morgan is 4, Sharon is 5, and Lieutenant Christopher is 6. Okay. So Lieutenant Christopher, who's down in the corridor, just with her back against the wall, taking notes or making a log or something. I don't know. She got left behind. The Vedek turns around and seems to still have some energy build up, and builds up some energy and releases that energy towards that cavern where Frank is prone and Lieutenant Christopher is against the wall in the cavern entrance, because Robbie is inside. Oh, Antoinette, you were with Frank as well, yeah? Okay, so she successfully hits Christopher, Lieutenant or Flora, and that's 2. That's two damage on Lieutenant Christopher. All right, and because I get to go twice, he goes again, and he goes to again for Lieutenant Christopher. That's just the dice roll. All right, rolls, concentrating on her. It successfully does it. Rolls for damage. Okay, so that's 2 and effects. That's 3 and 2 effects. All right. So Frank and Lieutenant Christopher gets 2 damage for a maximum of she's on 6. So she's now on. In one round she's unconscious. Frank, you take 2 damage, and Antoinette, you take 2 stress. Sorry, not 2 damage, 2 stress. So Frank, you're at 10 stress, and Antoinette, you should be just at 2.
Right.
Yeah? Okay, you guys go.
So it's just the Vedek and the one Bajoran left, is it?
Well, there's a Bajoran under Robbie's boot heel.
I think we don't need to worry about him. I'm going to take another shot at the Vedek.
Okay, all right. Frank, from your prone position, you're going to take a shot at the Vedek.
And I'm aiming.
You're going to aim? Great.
And I'll spend a momentum to get an extra dice.
You don't have any momentum, but you can give me threat.
No, I'm not giving you any try. I think you have loads of it there.
I gave him all the threat earlier. So.
You got tons of it. And you know what? What's one more going to make? Yeah, I'll take it. I'll give you a threat.
Okay,
So,
threat for me. Threat for John.
Sure. Yeah, let's see. Ah, for God's sake.
One success. Oh, and a complication for Frank there.
Mm.
All right, so Frank, the complication is as you fire at the Vedek, he takes the phaser fire with his own energy, and then sends it back to you.
Did I not send a message with no returns on this? No.
Which he does successfully. Which is 1, 2, 3. So that's 2, 4. So that is 4 damage, Frank, and 2 damage for you, and 2 damage for Lieutenant Christopher, Antoinette.
No.
2 stress. I mean, not 2 damage. 2 stress.
Yeah.
All right. So Frank, I believe that brings you over your stress limit. Yeah.
But you gave me another 2, was it? So that's 12. That's my limit. So that's
stress limit. So Frank's been locked unconscious, and will need immediate medical attention to stop him from dying.
Hint, hint, Antoinette.
My
that's
turn?
some level of stress there.
Yes. Antoinette, fix him.
I should use my turn then to medic Frank.
Okay.
I have a
staying on
focus
Frank.
in emergency medicine, just so you know.
Oh, look, you get to use it now.
Woo!
Situation where you get to use it. That's great.
I get to use something.
Caring in medicine, difficulty 1, and with her focus, John, I believe that makes it a difficulty 0.
Mm.
So roll your
Frank.
2d20, Antoinette, and generate us some momentum.
So
So
Yeah.
Frank, you don't die.
no, that's good to hear.
This is more about how many momentum we get.
D20s. What's my target? What's my attribute in
Caring in
discipline?
medicine.
Daring and medicine.
2d20. Roll. Come on, momentum. Oh,
No momentum.
Oh, well.
You're still stabilized from difficulty.
Oh, well,
Please
Frank,
stabilize Frank.
Oh well.
yeah.
Now, Robbie, with first aid on Frank, does he get to generate any more stress back
Nope.
for himself, or just doesn't die?
Success means the injured character is stabilized but remains incapacitated.
Right. Sorry, Frank, you're incapacitated. So
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
dealing with an incapacitated Morgan. Now you're dealing with an incapacitated Frank.
Well, Morgan's no longer incapacitated, so
Exactly. It's you've swapped positions now. All right. All right. So that was Frank's go, unsuccessful, and Antoinette managed to stabilize Frank. Margot. So the Vedek in the middle goes for Antoinette this time because you ran across the cavern entrance to help Frank. All right. So he raises his blisteringly red eyes and glows, and then puts his hand out.
I'm giving him the stink eye.
You giving him the stink. So the stink eye worked, and he misses you. You managed to see what's happening. You do you helping Frank. You stabilize and give him a hypo spray, and at the corner of your eye, you see that the Vedek's about to do something, and you roll around to the side, and the energy blast goes down the corridor past you. All right. So that's his first go, and then his second go is on Sharon. All right. So Shaz gets a blast towards her direction because she's blinking, going, "What the fuck just happened?" As she sits on the plinth, going, "What? Who's this fucker in the middle? Where's my phaser?" All right. He successfully hits Shaz, and he is going to give Shaz an effect and an effect. So 2 damage for Shaz. Shaz has now taken a total of 8 damage for this scene, and the Cardassian next to Sharon also takes 2 damage. Okay, you guys get to go.
Pew pew, motherfucker.
Pew pew, fuck you. All right, off you go. Who's rolling? Roll.
Have a threat, John.
Thank you, the threat. Thank you very much. Q, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert Dill, what?
Ah, 3 successes, which means we get a momentum.
Ooh.
Woo!
Momentum for you. Very good.
And my phaser type 2 does 8 damage. So we roll the dice.
Go.
So it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage.
6 damage.
He has any resistance dice?
He gets to roll against you with his.
I used the intense effect because I prepared my phaser,
Okay.
which means the cost of avoiding an injury for him goes up by 1 for every effect dice I have rolled, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5,
Nice.
4.
I only use this accent because I'm trying to fuck you and I'm French, therefore.
Therefore, I fuck you. And I don't have enough threat to avoid that injury. So,
He go boom.
so he fall over. Okay, so you and I presume you're using the Bajoran rifle.
Yes.
Okay, you're using the Bajoran rifle.
He is now.
He took off the other guy. Yeah, he is now. So
He always was.
by
So
using,
ridiculous.
what was that?
I said he always was. Don't be
Then
so
add
ridiculous.
another 2 damage to that then because I only rolled 8 and I get 9 for a rifle.
Okay, very good. So, so you managed to knock him knock the Vedek unconscious with the Bajoran rifle that you've wrestled off the other guy. Who's under your boot heel, and you've successfully knocked out the Bajoran Vedek. All right, so you've the Bajoran Vedek, he collapses down, and everything seems to have calmed down. But the planet, as you do that, the planet shakes.
Wasn't he already unconscious?
Huh?
Wasn't he already unconscious, and that's why he was possessed?
Yeah, so he's now unconscious again, and you see that the power wraith that was possessing him exits his body and flies straight out the ceiling.
You said the planet shook, yeah?
And then the planet shook.
Okay.
I think it's time for us to GTFO.
So the planet starts shaking. All right. You look out up through the hole in the ceiling and see the sky. The sky is still rent with thunderbolts. A highly unstable atmosphere. Robbie's gone. You've got a confused and bewildered Sharon, confused and bewildered Morgan. You have 3 Cardassians that you've managed to convince them not to pick up phasers because you're shooting Bajorans, which they're pretty happy about. You know, they're like, oh, the Federation are shooting Bajorans. Oh well, okay. Well, we'll see what they have to say.
Enemy of my enemy.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, even though the enemy of my enemy is my enemy, because we're at war with the Federation. We occupy the planet Bajor. So they're looking very confused. They really don't know who to trust right now.
I think they're worse off than any of us, to be honest.
They've been unconscious longer than anybody, right? They were knocked out on their transport, and they've been unconscious ever since. The planet is now shaking. You're underground. All right. So you were in a chronoton storm of power wraith that has gone away and shot up into the atmosphere. You are now on an unstable planet that is shifting in space-time, and the cavern that you're in, even though it has a hole in the ceiling, there's still stalactites that are now shaking loose from the ceiling and going. It's not a trope at all, that you just had a big battle with a wizard and now the cave is collapsing.
So somebody want to call the ship?
It's not a trope. There's no trope. You know, I don't know what tropes you're talking about. What is this trope you say?
Get to the chopper!
If only there was a guy with special operations flying around in the Wave Rider with transported things. They could maybe, just beam us out of here before the whole thing collapses.
All right, so is somebody going to make the call for the Wave Rider?
I think I just did.
Hey, Frank just did. Yeah.
Frank gets on the comm and starts roaring down the comm channel. Get us out of here! All right, so over
Get
the
us
comm,
to the chopper.
Get us to the chopper. The chopper's got incoming. So over the comm, Frank, you get me coming back to you going, Frank, yeah, I hear you. What have you guys been doing? Man, the amount of energy that was out here. I couldn't even get near where you guys are. And I've just seen just a massive amount of energy just funnel from the cavern you're in and shoot towards the atmosphere. It's just tunneled all the way through the cloud layer. I don't know where it's gone. Do you guys need to be picked up?
Fucking yes!
That's the question you want to ask. I thought, because how the hell did you manage to communicate with me when you're unconscious?
I'm not unconscious.
I'm unconscious.
Oh, you're unconscious. Oh, right, okay, very good. Yes, actually, Frank can't do any of that. Somebody else was talking. It wasn't
John,
Frank.
Rob, get us out of here now. Answer the previous question. Fucking yes, right now.
I seem to sense something from Frank. I've sensed I had a conversation with Frank.
Not the great disturbance.
I felt a great disturbance in the force. So as you stand there in the cavern,
get us out of here.
as you're standing there in the cavern, desperately trying to avoid falling stalactites, you see over the mouth of the ceiling, the cavern ceiling, you see the Wave Rider and its running lights come to the top, and you hear me over your comms going, "Stand by, guys. This is a bit of a tight squeeze." So, and you see that I start lowering the Wave Rider in kind of a spiral formation, coming down to the center of the cavern. The Cardassians don't look too happy that a Federation ship is coming in.
Can I call the Cardassians over, as in motive of friendship?
Yeah, you can hold. Well, you don't have a weapon, but
but
you could tell everybody else to kind of holster their weapons or something. As the
just
Cardassians.
like we need to take these guys out of here as well. There.
Yeah, exactly. Frank, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, like, presumably, all that energy and interference from that is gone. The Wave Rider would, I assume, have beaming technology. So why are you trying to land the bloody ship?
The atmosphere is still unstable. So, like, the chronoton energy in the atmosphere hasn't dissipated. The storm that was storm of the teacup that was in the cavern that you were in, yes, that's dissipated, and that energy is gone. But the storm still rages in the cloud layer above. So the reasons why you couldn't beam down from the ship initially are still there. Right. So if you beam through this, your particles will just get scattered all over the universe. There'll probably be 2 or 3 Franks, so you'll have twins everywhere. You'll have Boimlers and Rikers and all sorts of stuff everywhere.
We don't need that. 1 Frank is enough.
Yeah. I believe the McKee is recruiting anyway, so
everyone goes to the Maquis. Right, so I lower the Wave Rider. The repulsor lifts start to kick up some dust around you. I deactivate the ventral shields and drop the tailgate and lower the ramp. But the stalagmites are still dropping left, right, and center and bouncing off the shields. So it's all I can do to keep her stable. As the doors open, I shout back through the ship, "Get on board for fuck's sake, will you hurry up?" As the ship rocks
up Frank and we pick up Sharon and we get everybody into the Wave Rider.
And you run over and collect Lieutenant Christopher too.
Yeah,
all of the party get onto the Wave Rider. We make sure they all get on.
It takes you a couple of minutes to get back onto the ship because you're like trying to herd. Morgan's trying to herd Cardassians. Go, no, it's okay. I know we're at war, but we're not going to shoot you right now. Robbie goes over, grabs Frank, and starts dragging him up into the thing. Sharon's not unconscious, but she's a bit dazed and confused. And you're like, Sharon, get on board. As she's like Cardassians and looking to get a phaser. And you're like, no, it's okay. Don't. And Antoinette, you run over to get Lieutenant Christopher, give her an L tricorder scan, lift her onto your shoulder, and bring her onto the ship. So it takes a couple of minutes as the Wave Riders get knocked around, and I'm going, Jesus Christ, guys, is everyone unconscious? Right?
Just consider yourself lucky, John. I was unconscious a few minutes ago.
So once everybody's on board, we close up the back gate, engage the full shields, and I start to raise the ship out of this cavern in an Airwolf style from the Airwolf hidden in the volcano style. So we crest out at the top, but the atmosphere is still highly volatile. So I call back to you guys. Guys, I'm going to need you at stations up here on the bridge of the Wave Rider. So if everybody could jump to stations, please.
I'll take the engineering station.
Man station, science station, probably for me.
Co-pilot seat, because that's apparently where I belong.
Okay, co-pilot seat, great. But co-pilot. So as soon as Robbie jumps into the co-pilot seat, we now have an extra few hands to stabilize the ship and to help the inertial dampeners and the discrepancies work better. Frank, you're laid out on the med bay table. Lieutenant Christopher, who's slightly injured but has been stabilized by Antoinette, takes care of your medical needs. Antoinette, you can either come up and take your science station, or you can stay down in the medical area and take care of the Cardassian.
I'll stay in the medical area and look after the sick people, I suppose.
Okay, and Morgan, you're up on the bridge doing what, engineering duties?
Yep.
Okay, so myself and Robbie are up the front, and Shaz is down the back. Okay.
Would Shaz not be kind of covering the Cardassian?
She's unconscious.
Passengers.
She's not unconscious. She's just dazed and confused. So she's back in the medical section at the back as well.
I'll stay back with all the people who need medical assistance and look after them.
All right. So the 2 blue shirts are down the back, taking care of everybody else. We close the doors. Is there anything else we need to do on this planet, or can we go home?
Something shot through that ceiling. I was
That's
part
a
of it.
tomorrow problem, Morgan. Right now, we
part
need
of
to
it.
get home.
I don't know if it is a tomorrow problem.
Okay. Well, I managed to lose that Cardassian patrol ship for a while, but I think that they're going to be around here somewhere. Keep an eye out, Morgan.
At least?
Huh?
Can we get back to the ship?
So setting course for the Cuchulain. All right, brace for this volatile atmospheric nonsense that we're going to have to pass through. All right. Okay, so we turn the ship around. We aim the nose for the sky and engage. All right, and we're away. Okay, we will leave it there for the moment. Okay,
Hey,
well done.
Oh, God. Turbulence.
So we will leave it there for the end of episode 11. Well done. I hope you guys enjoyed that. There was quite a lot of pew pew in that. And Morgan, at least welcome back to waking back up, which was absolutely brilliant. Because well done for having that like mental fight.
Yeah,
it was a different type of fight. So that was actually quite interesting. To be honest,
I enjoyed that.
So having a mental battle of yourself and your evil self in your mind space. So that I could see that in my head, in the so that was really cool.
That was
so Robbie doing some Kirk Fu and doing a Kirk Fu roll through the tempest and getting to the bad guy and going boop boop.
I need to find Space Karen's manager. Space Karen did not help at all.
So well done, everybody, and another fun episode, I think. So I look forward to the day when fucking Omicron disappears and or whatever. I think the next one is going to be Pi, right? And with Pi, everybody will get a piece of it.
No thanks. That's the Pi.
But
3.144444.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone be calculating pi, how to not get pi. So the next episode, I'll get in touch with Beta Shift, who are up on the ship, but they are currently out of time. They're a ship or a bridge crew out of time, and they're currently at Deep Space Nine at some stage in the future. With the Equinox on board the Equinox docking at Deep Space Nine. So we will get back to their particular element of the adventure in the next installment. I'll get in touch with everybody on Beta Shift in regards to real life and scheduling. Obviously, episode 11 took quite a while to get around, but I think it was a pretty good 3 hours of a game. Ooh, that's where they're docked. They're docked at Deep Space Nine. I wish they'd have released a Wave Rider model. I really want a Wave Rider. Oh, let's have a look, Frank. Oh, that's the large. Oh, Jesus!
Oh, that's lovely.
Good catch. There's the extra large
Eagle
Mass.
Mass, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's the normal sized one I have.
Yeah,
That's nice.
I actually got two of these, one for myself and one for the raffle for the party we didn't have
You
last
got one
night.
for yourself and one for me. Is that what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, one for yourself and one for me.
I'll fight you for it, Jono.
Right, ladies and gentlemen,
So
I'll leave it there.
yeah, so
Yeah,
let's leave it there. Well done, everybody. And for the next installment, we shall obviously, as I said, Beta Shift. And for the next Alpha Shift installment, we'll do the real life email contacting and seeing when everybody can schedule something. Everybody out there in YouTube and Facebook world, I hope you enjoyed this one. Even if you are watching after the fact, you can leave your comments. Subscribe to our channel and all the usual stuff. We don't monetize this at all, so the amount of subscribers we have doesn't really matter. So without further ado, it says interact with us on the Cuchulain's Facebook page. That's mostly where we hang out in the virtual space. And look out for Anne and Q Forward and stuff, which is all announced on the Facebook page. Other than that, thanks very much. Take care. And that's the end of this one. Take care. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.